story time about how I was called the N-word, and the school did nothing about it. Not just like the N-word with the A, but with the ER. Yeah. Was on a Wednesday, February 2nd, and I was in 6th period. The day was almost over. I was like fine, vibing with everybody, doing my thing. And it was 3 minutes until the bell rung, and I turned around, and let's think of a name for him. Josh. His name gonna be Josh, but Josh told me to turn around or whatever. I turned around, and he said the N-word with ER or whatever. And then I was like, say it again. Say it again, you won't say it again. And then he said, and then said ER at the end, but like spacing it out, making it seem like he didn't say it. I was like, okay. And then the bell rang. That was the end of that. I went to 7th period, which is my sports class. I texted my mom, and she called the school, and they said I need to go up there and write a statement the next day. But they said that I probably said something to provoke him into calling me that. And what was going through my mind was like, what can I possibly say to make them that mad to call me the N-word? Like, that's disrespectful. Anyways, and my mom was mad because I didn't say to anybody to call me that. And then the next day, which was a Thursday, I waited till my 3rd and 4th period, which were the same class, to go up there to write my statement. And then he said, okay, now I got some questions about it. I was like, okay. And he read the statement out loud and asked me the questions he had to ask me. And he said, do you got any witnesses? I said, yeah, 2. The boy wasn't there Thursday or Friday. And then that following Monday, he got called up during 6th period. And he came back in the classroom laughing. And keep in mind, the class is all quiet because we're doing the FSA practice thing. And so he came in there laughing, like telling people that I told on him or whatever. And I said, what's funny? Nothing's funny. There's nothing funny at all. And he was like, it's funny because I didn't say the word. I was like, yes, you did. And you called me it too. And, stop lying. You actually called me that. And then the teacher told him to get out of the class. Like, go stand outside. And so he went to stand outside. And a couple minutes later, he started banging on the door, saying, I don't know why I gotta be out here, like, I didn't do nothing wrong or whatever. And then someone opened the door. I said, yes, you did. Stop lying. Very much called me out of my name, and you're laughing about it like something's funny. You're sitting here laughing in my face about the situation, saying you didn't say it, but you did. You very much did, and there's witnesses saying that you did. And then a boy jumped in the conversation. He was like, this is so petty. This is so petty. I was like, it's petty to you. Petty to you because you weren't called out your name. You weren't called that. That word means nothing to you. Because keep in mind, he's a white boy. It doesn't mean nothing to him. And then, so the teacher was like, Ciara and Josh, if y'all got a problem, y'all can take this outside the classroom. I was like, okay, say that. Let me get up and take this outside the classroom. I will. Like, I have no problem doing that. And I got up and took it outside the classroom. And he was backed up against like one of these little poles to separate the classes or whatever. And he was laughing in my face, like literally laughing in my face, saying, that's why the school didn't do nothing about it. They didn't do nothing, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, you're being petty enough to telling me, like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I was like, you did do something wrong. You called me out of my name, and you said a word that you're not able to say. It's offensive. The teacher called the disciplinary person that was handling it or whatever, and he was like, so-and-so in the front, Ciara in the back. Okay, well, I got my stuff out the class, and I went with him. And he told me to go in his office to write another statement. He gave that boy a statement, and the boy had an attitude or whatever. He got on his phone, and one of the people up in discipline took his phone from him, and so he walked out. And then I finished my statement, which was long statement about what happened and what he was saying. And then the man was like, so I got a question. Does your statement match up with his? I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, his witness said that they weren't talking to y'all. They just got your attention and you turned around. I was like, did I write that in my statement? No. And I mean that my side of the story was wrong and that boy is right. Keep in mind that boy only had one witness, which was a white boy, and they both get in trouble every single day of their lives. Literally, I know both of them, and they both get in trouble every day. And I had two witnesses plus myself that are all black females. The boys that are always in trouble over us that are never in trouble. And I was like, this isn't making sense because tell me like I'm wrong. How you gonna sit there and tell me I'm wrong? He was like, if he didn't call you that word, we can't do nothing that says it or not. We can't do nothing about it because he didn't call you it. I was like, what is that even supposed to mean? I said, so what I'm hearing is you're not going to put him on an equity contract. You're not going to do nothing about it because he said he didn't call me. He just said the word. And it was like basically saying, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And he said, I put y'all on a no contact order because it looked like you're finna beat his ASS. I was like, I am. I very much am. Because that's bullcrap. At the beginning of every school year, they make us do a meeting thing or whatever and talking about the rules. And one of the biggest rules they said, which can lead to suspension, out of school, like suspension or whatever, or like getting kicked out, is racism. And once it finally happens, once something like that happens and racism is involved, they're not doing nothing about it. And keep in mind, last year, I got called the same word by someone that was like special needs or whatever, and they did more about it. And we had a different principal last year. It's telling me that the principal and them changing the rules or whatever, they really just don't care. But if I was to call him out of his name, call him a cracker, it would have been a problem. If I was to call him out of his name, it would have been a problem, like a real problem. I would be probably in trouble, kicked out, equity contract, so on. But when I get called the N-word, it's not a problem. And then I was telling people about what happened, and they were saying that he's done it multiple times. Like, I'm not the first one he's called out their name. I'm not the first one he said that to. So really, it's a problem. It's a disciplinary problem, and they're not doing nothing about it. And they're believing someone that's always in trouble over someone that's not in trouble. Ever. Like, the school is racist. And I walked out his office. I was like, if you can't handle it, someone above your authorities will. And that was the end of it. And I waited for a long time because it's now the 20th. And they still haven't did nothing about it at all. I was like, okay. Like I said, someone above your authorities will handle it. And that was the end of that. But what's making me mad is he's done it multiple times. It's obviously became a problem. And they're not doing nothing about it. Anyway, my problem is that they're not handling it how they said they were going to handle it. Last year, it was handled perfectly fine. The boy got on equity contract. And keep in mind, that boy from last year has a special needs problem. Into handling that boy. But when this boy that's always in trouble and just is a normal student, in like normal classes or whatever, and you're not handling it at all. And the man that was supposed to be handling it is very much racist too. He's very much racist. He was like, it's just a word, it doesn't matter. And that's what's making me mad. Everyone that's part of it or like on his side or whatever is saying it's just a word. But the word means more to me. And then people are like, why does it even matter? You're not even fully black anyways. But still, like, it's not something that you just walk around the school saying. And for him to say it to multiple people, that's just wrong. Like, really wrong. Anyways, I know that was like a quick little story time, but yeah.